You're a nut.
What's up? What's up? Today we're taking a look at Clash Royale, the free-to-play tower defense game available on both iOS and Android. I'm going to give you a few beginner tips to get you climbing up the ladder. First thing we're going to talk about is selecting your hand, selecting a balanced hand. So the game identifies three types of cards as troops, spells, and buildings. What this is really useful for is being able to know what will attack what. For example, the giant only goes for buildings. The giant will ignore troops and go directly for the princess tower or the king tower or any type of defense building that is set up. A troop such as the knight will attack all troops in his way. It will be distracted by anything. If you put down a skeleton army, it'll try to fight the skeleton army. If you put down any type of troop, it'll fight the troop. And spells such as arrows or even the goblin barrel is considered a spell. These are things that can be placed anywhere on the board at any time, and they come in like a fireball or like arrows or like lightning. In terms of constructing a balanced hand, it's really more important to look at the card's subcategories. Some of these are listed in the Clan Wars tab when you go to create a hand, selecting the generator. Others are kind of terms that I've kind of made up myself. Other people may use different terms. This is just kind of what I refer to it in my own head. When I've never used any type of guide to play this game. I kind of like made my own guide, so to speak. So these are the terms that I like to think of the cards in, and I'll put up an example of each. There's a soldier, there's small armies, there's counter pushers, there's anti-air, spells, jabbers, tower destroyers, and then there's towers and defense. And before we get into specifics, it is important to note that the cards are also split up into rarities. You'll see this like with looting, like a lot of games are similar, like battle royale type games. There's common cards, rare cards, epics, and legendaries. And to me, when you're building your main hand that you're trying to climb the tower with, the battle, like the rank match tower where you unlock the awards via trophies, I think that it is important for an overall leveling standpoint, unless you're planning on swiping the card, shelling out a lot of cash, or just frankly taking a very, very long time to level up otherwise. I think it's important to balance your hand. The most balanced way, since you have 8 cards, would be 2 commons, 2 rares, 2 epics, and 2 legendaries. What I've done on both, I have a main account and an alternate account. What I've done on both of those is I do 2 commons, 1 rare, 3 epics, 2 legendaries. And the reason for this is that I've actually discovered that the battle pass, the free side of the battle pass, I've never bought the Royale. I think it's called the Royale pass. I never bought that. But the free side of it actually gives you more epic wild cards than rare wild cards, which really seems kind of stupid, but that's the way it works. And I feel like there's a lot of really good epic cards, and I just feel like there's definitely some good rare cards too. I just feel like there's more good. I like the epic cards better, basically. So basically, I do 2 common, 1 rare, 3 epics, and 2 legendaries. And so I don't think it's bad to go like three with 1, unless the 3 that you have is legendary, because it does get hard after a while to find legendaries and find legendary wild cards. It does get difficult when you have to start getting 12 to level up, etc. So balancing your rarities isn't really that important, but in terms of convenience, in terms of being able to level up your hand, it's definitely optimal to spread out the different types of cards you have, mainly so that you can use the wild cards the most effectively. And if you were to go on Google and search for Clash Royale deck for X Arena, like say you're stuck in Arena 5, and let's say you search for Clash Royale deck for Arena 5, so you can only use Arena 5 cards. You can definitely find that. And you can definitely make things happen with that and win games and all that. But to me, I think the most fun part about the game is kind of creating your own deck and trying to win with that and build that deck up. So I'm just going to give an example. This is the deck that I've been using on my alternate account for quite I just put in the Barbarian Barrel. But anyway, just from top left to bottom right, I have the Mini P.E.K.K.A, the Ram Rita, the Baby Dragon, the Spear Goblins, the Barbarian Barrel, Miner, the Wall Breakers, and the Spell. So the 2 commons are the Spear Goblin and the Spell. The 3 epics I have are the Baby Dragon, the Wall Breakers, and the Barbarian Barrel. The 1 rare I have is the Mini P.E.K.K.A, who is my personal favorite card to use. And my 2 legendaries are the Ram Rider to be the Tower Destroyer, and the Miner to be my Jabber. The Miner is another favorite card of mine. Very versatile, can do a lot, can play on defense as well as offense. So within that, you'll see that I have the Anti-Air with the Spear Goblins and the Baby Dragons. I actually have 2 different Tower Destroyers with the Ram Rider and the Wall Breakers. I have a standard troop with the Mini P.E.K.K.A, and I also have it's what's considered a spell in the Barbarian Barrel that turns into a troop once he's done rolling. So I kind of like his versatility as well. And then I have the small spell with the Zap. And the reason why I chose this deck specifically is actually because there was a specific game I played that I thought that the way that it started out really just exemplified a lot of points I want to hit as far as actual in-game strategy. So let's give it a look. There's a few things I want to talk about with this clip in particular. Just the beginning couple seconds, so that maybe the first minute or so of this match, the way I got things rolling, is really a perfect example of the way I try to begin every single match to get the ball rolling. So I'm going to start things out with the Baby Dragon, regardless of what he plays. I'm going to try to play the Baby Dragon at about a 9.5 elixir, just short of 10. And then from there, I'm going to use that to set up what I call a big haymaker type shot. The haymaker type shots typically start with a jab from the Miner, and then they either go with the Wall Breaker, the Mini P.E.K.K.A, or the Ram Rider. And I like to use the Zap to protect whoever I send as well. I try to bring that down. I try to break that down heading into the clip as much as I can, because once the ball gets rolling, these things it'll make a lot more sense when you see it in action. But it's good to have that in mind heading into the clip. So let's go ahead and roll it. They send out the Witch. That's fine. We got the Barbarian Barrel to take care of her. Easy. We're going to go ahead and set up the Dragon. The Dragon is to set up our counter push. Boom. Barbarian Barrel coming right now. Waited for her Skeletons to respawn, so I get the Barbarian Barrel right in her face. Our Dragon's moving. We can set up for a big haymaker right off the bat. We got the Ram Rider coming. I got the Miner. I see that he's saved up for his Mega Knight. The fact that he has a Mega Knight means that he's going to have a slower deck, and that means I'm going to want to pick up the pace. So I'm going to want to hit him with a haymaker from the Wall Breakers, the most likely. I'm going to go ahead and set up the Mini P.E.K.K.A to take out the Knight, so he does basically nothing. I see the Hog Rider come and get him the fuck out of there with the Barbarian Barrel. Boom, 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 and we are rolling. Get that bat up out of there. We don't need him. That's a weak move setting the log. I know he is dust at this point, so I go ahead. Boom, keep up the pace. Miner, Wall Breakers, keeping up the pace, and I get a clean hit because he set the log. He threw down the fire to try to stop it. I got him down 924 to 243. Only landed 1 of 2 Wall Breakers, but it's still enough to really make a big difference early in the game. And there you have it. Please drop a like if you found literally anything useful. I would appreciate it. Clan B-Tug on Clash Royale. We are rolling. We are going week after week, win after win, destroying everything in our path. We took a couple L's recently, honestly. I'm trying to get some new members in there that would play. Please play on the weekend. I need people to play on the weekend. We need people to play on the weekend and the weekend wars on the weekend so we can win. That would be really cool, okay? That would be badass. Later, skaters.